Live from the Wrap Studios in Malibu, California, I'm Tim Molloy, TV editor at TheWrap.com.
And remote from Galveston, Texas, I know it looks like I'm sitting next to Tim Molloy, but I'm Tony Maglio, TV reporter of TheWrap.com.
And we're here to talk about the Television Critics Association, which is a twice-annual gathering where TV networks and studios give us lots of food and try to woo us with their new shows, and we are wooed.
The food and the booze does it for me. Tim actually likes the shows and the panels. So why don't you tell us about some of your favorite panels there, Tim?
Well, my absolute favorite thing of TCA this year wasn't involving television so much. J.J. Abrams showed up to promote his new NBC show, Believe, an amazing fantasy epic that he's making with Alfonso Cuarón of Gravity fame. But who cares about all that, because J.J. Abrams talked about Star Wars Episode VII. I got to lock eyes with the man who's responsible for my childhood dreams being shattered or redeemed, and he told me a couple of interesting things. There is a script for the new Star Wars. They are in talks with Jesse Plemons, who is the horribly evil guy on Breaking Bad and a really nice guy on Friday Night Lights.
He was evil for one episode of Friday Night Lights. He killed a guy.
And also they're going to shoot the new Star Wars movie on film. Then you had some news on the late night front.
Yeah, on the late night front, things are happening there, Tim. Jimmy Fallon was promoted to The Tonight Show, as everyone knows, so Seth Meyers is leaving Saturday Night Live and coming in and taking over late night at NBC. They announced their first guest. Seth Meyers' first guest is going to be BFF Amy Poehler, and for Fallon it's going to be Will Smith with musical guest U2. Seth Meyers also told me that his last SNL will definitely be February 1st with Melissa McCarthy, so he has two left, with Jonah Hill this weekend and then Melissa McCarthy the next weekend.
I'm so glad you mentioned Amy Poehler, because Amy Poehler's show, Parks and Recreation, is probably going to be picked up for a 7th season. That's the word from NBC. Also, a little bit of bad news for fans of HBO's The Newsroom. It's going to end after next season. Goodbye.
Not all that bad. The show is.
The Super Bowl.
Yeah, Super Bowl. Very cool. Super Bowl 48 coming up in my home state of New Jersey.
New York?
Slash New York.
It's not in New York?
East Rutherford, New Jersey.
I thought it was in the New York Giants. That's not in New York City?
No, there's a town that it's a state that's like, it's a garden state. It's like directly below. There's bridges and tunnels and everything. It's beautiful. It's a lovely place. But that's where the stadium, MetLife Stadium, actually is, where we found out yesterday, obviously, the Denver Broncos will be taking on the Seattle Seahawks. However, Tim, what if there's snow in the air on Super Bowl Sunday?
I know this one. They'll do it on Super Bowl Monday, the next day, because it's going to be at an outdoor stadium in New York.
It's New Jersey.
Okay. It's going to be at an outdoor stadium in New Jersey.
Yeah.
And yeah, it could snow. There could be a storm. Things could be really bad. So they'll either do Super Bowl Monday or Super Bowl Saturday.
It's going to be bad for my wing order either way. Either early or late.
Is there really such a thing as a bad wing order?
No. No, there isn't.
And one final bit of business. Pilot season is everyone's favorite / least favorite part of the year. It's when all of the studios, networks, stars, writers, everyone in the TV industry gets together and tries to create a bunch of shows in a very compressed period of time. Fox isn't going to do it anymore.
I believe Kevin Riley made that announcement at the Winter TCA. Tim, did he not?
He's kind of the man at Fox.
Kind of the man.
He said that when they want to pick up a show, they're just going to pick up the show. They're not going to look at the calendar. They're not going to look at the clock. They're just going to go, good show, let's do it. No more of this pilot season stuff. However,
Fox.
They did just pick up some shows, and it is pilot season.
So, you go figure. Thank you for reading The Wrap. I'm Tony Maglio. You can follow me at Anthony Maglio, because a horse trainer stole at Tony Maglio. This is Tim Molloy. You don't really have to follow him. But if you do you have an at thing, Tim?
Yeah, it's at Tim A. Molloy. There's no A in Molloy at all. But you're still going to spell it that way, and that's fine. I don't care. Just follow at The Wrap, and you'll get all the same stories.
That's true.